Okay, today we're going to take your course requests that you've been working on and we're going to put them into Infinite Campus. You'll need two things with you. You need your course request sheet, the paper you've worked on, the scheduling worksheet that's you put your courses, and you also need your Chromebook or something because you're going to be logging into Infinite Campus and putting these right in there. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and log into Infinite Campus, and when you log in, it looks something like this. But there's an important button that should be appearing right here, right above your calendar, right above at the very top. It says course registration 1718. If you do not have the course registration 1718, unfortunately you will not be able to schedule today because this is where you'll need to schedule. If you don't have it, please let your homeroom teacher know or let your counselor know, let somebody know so we can get this added. As soon as we get this added, you can do exactly what we're going to talk about today. So still watch this video so you know how to do this. And you have done some of this before, but make sure you log into Infinite Campus. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to first sign up for our core courses. But I want to point out something. There's something new this year. I know some of you have done this in the past, but this year, what's new is for year-long courses, you're now going to select a semester 1 and a semester 2. So an example here, so if you were going to take geometry, you probably have that written down. It's course 9200. Well, you won't be able to select 9200. You must select 9200 S1 and 9200 S2, and that's something new this year. If it's a semester-long course, you will just type in the course number. For example, if you were to take health, you would just put in the number 4990. There is no S1 or S2 because it's a semester course that could be offered either semester. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to click on the course registration, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. We have required courses, requested courses, and alternate courses. And under the required courses, there's nothing in here now, but some of you may have something that's in here required. Required courses are put in there for some of you, and they were put in there by your counselor or your case manager because they're courses that you have to take. If you disagree with one of these required courses, you would have to talk to your counselor or case manager about that. You were not able to delete that through this process. Then we have requested courses. Requested courses, there's some in here. The reason why there's some in here, by the way, is some of your teachers put in what they recommended you take. You might not have any in here, but in this example, I have a few courses that were recommended. And then we have under here alternate courses, and there's nothing below there, so there's nothing there. So to work on a course here, say I want to add a course. I have an English, a history, and a math. Let's say I'm going to add my science, and I'll add chemistry for this. There's a couple ways you can look for chemistry. You could type in part of the name, like I'll put chem. And when I look, there's Gen Chem, Chemistry, Chemistry Online, AP Chem. There's all these different chems. So that's one way to look for the course. And so one thing you want to look at is the course number you put on your scheduling worksheet so you make sure those course numbers match up. I want 4200 S1 and S2 because I want regular chemistry, 4200. So I click on it. It gives me a little description back here. It talks about the prerequisite and also co-requisite. Prerequisite means a course I should have taken prior to taking this one, and a co-requisite is a course that you either took prior or you are taking now, the same year. Okay, so this seems to work out, so I'm going to hit request this course, and notice now it's over here. But remember, I need both semesters, so I'm going to put, this time I'm going to put 4200. Now if you just put 4200 and hit go, it won't work because it needs that S1 or S2. So I'm going to put 4200 S2. There it is. Here's the description. Request the course. So now I have all these. Now let's say AP English, even though it was recommended, and you should strongly look at the recommendations of your teachers because they may have talked to you about this as well, but they thought this would be the best fit for you. But let's say you didn't want to take AP English, you want to take regular English. You can delete this. You simply click on it and you put drop this request. And you'll want to do both semesters if it's a year-long course because you'll drop the whole course. And then you could go ahead and type in American Lit. Again, I could type in part of the name, or since I know the number is 1110, remember to put the S1. And there's first semester. Again, a little description, and I request the course. And then I'll want to do the same thing for the second semester, 1110, excuse me, S2. So I have my 4 core. Maybe I'm going to take a Phy Ed this year. So I'm going to try that athletic training. So I'm going to type in part of the name, and you'll see anything with train, but I want to look at the course number. It's 0044. There it is. Remember, it's a semester long course, so there is no S1 or S2, and I'll request this course. So there we got our core courses in, and now maybe you have a couple electives, and that's the next part as well. For the electives, again, if it's a year long, you do both semesters. So I'll just do a couple quickly on here. So it's the same process for your electives. You just put the course name. I'm going to take an art course. It's the Julian Art Metals course is my example, 8720 S1 and S2. It's a year long, so I have to put both S1 and S2. So there's the S1. And again, remember, now that I know the name, because I couldn't remember it, it's 8720. I can type in S2. Hit go, select the course, request it. Okay, so remember each of these, because they're all semester now, each one of these is a semester, each of these represent a half credit. So I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. If I were a senior, that would be enough classes. You need to have at least 5. But if you are not a senior, you need to have 6 or 7 or 6.5. So I have 5.5. I need at least one more class. I'm going to sign up for a semester course. I'm going to just put the course number, and I'm going to type in 5080, 5080. Now remember, it's semester, so I don't put an S1 or S2, and it's Exploring Business. And that is the course I wanted. I click on it, I request it. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Since each of these is a half credit, that's 6 credits. So that's going to work. Okay, so now what's next? Well, the next thing, if you are going to a charter school, one of these charter schools, that should be Tech Academy, Tesla, Career Academy, Renaissance, please type in that number, and you do it the same way. So let's say I was going to Tesla, I would just type in 8100 under the course number, and oh, I'm sorry, that's Renaissance. I would click on Renaissance, it would be added. Okay, I'm not going to add Renaissance in this example, but that's how you would do it. Now, you also want to select some alternate courses. In alternate courses, you definitely want FIAD, because FIADs are sometimes hard to fit in your schedule, so what would be another FIAD course or two as an elective. And the other course you might want to do is just a regular year-long or semester course to replace one if it weren't to run for some reason. Okay? So the way to do electives, and I'll do a FIAD right away. So I have Intro to Athletic Training as my requested course. So I'm going to type in 0049, which is weight training. So if I click on that and I hit this, now I made a mistake. I hit request. So notice I now requested 2 FIADs. I wanted weight training to be an alternate. So I'm going to delete that. Remember, you just click on it and drop it, and I'm going to do it the right way. I'm going to type in 0049 again, or I could type in part of the name. And now you probably guess what you need to do. Instead of requesting the course, you request it as an alternate. And then it shows up down here. So these are the courses that will show up as your request. These are the ones that we will try to schedule for you. But if there's an issue, we can replace this one with this one and have it scheduled. So this is your first alternate. Okay? And you notice it is numbered. So if you have another FIAD you want to put in here, this would become your second alternate. So this is telling me, the scheduler, if I can't get into athletic training, I like to get into weight training. If that doesn't work, then team games. So it's kind of a cool thing there. So you can put them in order like that. Then again, I also would like you to put in some courses that are alternates. So let's say Exploring Business doesn't run. Is there another semester course? Yeah, 7850 is something that interests me, media design. So again, we're requesting as an alternate at this point, and it shows down here. So that's an alternate if that wouldn't run. In this way, we don't have to try to call you or call you down to the office. We already know your alternates. So please make sure you put in alternates. I'll put one more quick example. If it's a year-long course, I just want to remind you for the alternates, you do want to put in both semester 1 and semester 2. Because if it's a year-long course, you should request both semesters. Okay? So what's next? Well, you have an option of eSchool courses. Now, eSchool is an online, and some of you may have taken eSchool before. If you've never taken an eSchool course, you must be your 7th credit. If you're a senior, it could be your 6th, but it must be your 7th credit, because if you take the eSchool course and you try it for the first couple weeks of the year and you don't like it, you won't be allowed to go into a regular course. You will have to go into a study hall. So this must be your 7th credit. If you've taken eSchool before, at this point we want it to be your 7th credit, but you could talk to your counselor about that. And again, if it's a full year course, you want to select both semesters. And you will, by signing up for it today, if you put it in Infinite Campus, when we close this in a little bit, you will get an eSchool contract signed for you this school year for next year's course. And one other thing I want to stress about this is that you're requesting an eSchool course. You are not requesting it for the summer. This is for next school year. If you want to take an eSchool course in the summer, you must go to the Appleton eSchool website when summer registrations open in March. This course that you're putting in here is for next school year. So I'll show you how to do that real quick, because I just want to show you. You hit course search. If you don't know the name of any of the online courses, you could just type in the word online and it will show you the online courses that are offered. But just like any other course, like if it were chemistry or biology, you could just type in part of the name. But I'm gonna pick an online course. I think I'm gonna try archaeology. Same kind of numbering system. Notice how there's no A or B. Now they use A or B at the end of theirs for semester 1 and semester 2 when it's an online course. So it's very similar, but it's an A or B for the online. And then the semester courses like this, there is no A and B because it's only a semester long. So make sure you do both semesters. If you do a year long, I'm just going to put archaeology as a requested course. So I'm requesting it. So now I have 6.5 credits that I'll be taking, one of them being the online archaeology. Okay? So you continue through that process, put in your requested, put in your alternate. If you have any issues with required, remember to see your counselor or case manager. But at that point, you're done. So thanks for watching.